The Vitra Design Museum is largely self-financed, and we give every year a contribution, but much less than it needs, and the rest is done through making exhibitions that travel into the world, and so other partners take it, finding sponsors, which are non-Vitra sponsors, developing own products. For instance, the museum developed these miniatures, maybe you've seen them. We do miniatures of the classical furniture, which is a business for the museum, etc. So we have a shop. So all these things help that in the end, I think it's also a new model for a museum. And then with building, I think building with great architects, I think it's very reasonable economically. I mean, it's the difference in expense for a good or important or a really nice building and a not so nice building over the years, if you count the life of the year, it's very, very little. So I think it also makes a lot of economical sense. Now, of course, there is no guarantee that this Balance Act will continue. For instance, if a clever investor bought the company and then wanted to sell it again a few years with higher profits, the Balance Act would be over. And I think the design company needs the owners who love what they do and are passionate about it, and then it can also be good business. I mean, the bottom line is important for the survival, as you said in your introduction, but the bottom line is not the bottom line. And of course, it also needs good general conditions for a project like that. I mean, the last 50 years, if you look at it a bit of distance, there were some bad years, but generally, these were 50 very, very good years. And for instance, in our world of the office, that was the time where people moved from the factory into the office. So there was a lot to do in the world of office. All this helped greatly. So you need good times. And you need a benevolent ownership, whether they're working there directly or not. Anyhow, it's the design company is always a fragile being, but in the right hands, I think it can survive. And of course, the more general question is there anything, is this a special model for capitalism in the design company? Now, we are such a marginal industry and a marginal company in a marginal industry, and we are romantics, but I mean, it would be very interesting to imagine if, just for last 30 seconds, if cultural capitalism took over. And imagine CEOs who of big companies, invite the poets and the artists and the architects and designers to think about strategic goals and implementation. Imagine shareholders who insist that the company must have a cultural role not because of the culture, but it's in the well-understood self-interest of the company to be cultural, because you understand things better. Think of employees who sort of only want to work in companies with great spaces and with a mission. And I mean, it sounds utopian, but it happened. I mean, think of Olivetti at the time. I mean, maybe some of you are aware. That's an incredible story. Or even IBM in a certain phase was in that spirit. So it's possible. I mean, it would be great. Maybe one day. Thank you very much.